What's up, guys? So I'm heading out for just a quick solo overnight camping trip here. I'm going to a place that is really not that far to get to from where I live, so it only takes me about 30 minutes to get out here. I'm going to try to find a new little spot to camp and kind of see what comes of it, but I'll see you guys when I get there. So I think I found my spot. It is kind of tucked way back in here, and that's what I was looking for. Unfortunately, there's just a little bit of trash that somebody else has left behind, so I'll be picking up some trash while I'm out here. You know, it is what it is. Not everybody likes to leave nature as they found it, but there's some towels around and things like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up a little bit later. Here's kind of where I came in at. You'll see I had to come down that section there, and I actually think that I'm gonna pull in here and then back my truck up all the way down here. And I'm debating on exactly where I'm gonna park for tonight. There's this spot right here to the right, and this part on the rocks is pretty flat, but there's another spot down here where there's like a nice little opening to maybe have a fire pit, and I would build one out of these rocks and stuff around here, but I don't know if this section is going to be flat enough or not. So I may end up parking my truck actually up there. So I decided to back my truck in right here, right amongst some trees. And there's this nice little clearing right here. I'll be setting up my little camp and everything for tonight. There was already all this down firewood, so I have plenty of wood. And yeah, now it's time to set up camp and then pick up some trash. So I'm in the habit now of just putting the tarp over my truck anyway, at least over the cab, because the weather's so unpredictable out here. It's kind of windy. I don't think it's going to rain tonight. There's a little bit of clouds in the sky, but I just put that on anyway. And I'm doing it a little bit differently this time. I moved it a little bit further back. That way I could have it kind of over this. The only thing that I need to do in here right now is hang that light back up. It fell off in my little off-roading excursion. So yeah, this is my little camp for right now. I'm gonna go pick up the trash that I saw over there. I've got some gloves that I'm gonna be putting on for that. Just dug a little tiny fire pit. I'll chop up some firewood, get that ready for tonight. Pick up this trash, and by the time I'm done picking up trash and chopping up firewood, I'll probably be ready to maybe cook some dinner. So I was looking for a rock that I could find to cook on, and I think I'm in luck because of how flat this surface is. So I'm just gonna move this into my little pile over there, my little fire pile, put it right in there, and have the fire all around it, and it should get warm enough that I could cook on it with the pans that I have. While I was gathering my trash, I noticed these items over here. I don't think that these have been used for quite some time. Although I guess that kind of plastic right there looks relatively new. I'm not exactly sure I'm not exactly sure why somebody would leave all this stuff out here, unless they intended to come back, but I hope they weren't just leaving the trash. I'm going to gather that stuff up and I'm going to haul it out and take it down with me, and throw it away. So if you leave your stuff in the woods and I find it and it's trash or trash looking, it's going to go in the trash. Please, if you come out here and you're in the forest, I mean, this is the scenery around me. Like, I'm in the mountains right now. Please don't leave your trash. Please just pick up after yourself. If you can pack it in, you can pack it out for sure. And that's just my little public service announcement. It does make me a little bit nervous that I'm finding all of that trash and those kinds of supplies around, just because I don't know who is potentially staying out here, right? And I am out here alone tonight all by myself, so I'm definitely going to have to keep an eye out and an ear open. You know, as far as I can tell, nobody's out here right now. That doesn't mean that somebody's not coming back. In the interest of like precautionary measures, you know, I'm more afraid of people being crazy than I am like an animal or something. But I did decide to whip out my knife and kind of keep it on me, on my belt, just in case. I don't carry guns or anything like that, but I've got this if I absolutely need it. I did pick up a couple of extra things before I came out here today, because I'm really by myself today, and I don't have a spare on my truck, but I do have a compressor, a small one, but I could plug my tire and air it up and get to where I need to go. So I did decide to get this, and this is good for a few plugs. So if I get small holes, I'll be okay. If you know, something really bad happens, I'm screwed. But I do have brand new tires. They're only about 2 weeks old, so I think I'm okay. This is just here just in case. And then the other thing that I didn't have, that I think is a good thing to have in the truck with me at all times anyway, but is this first aid kit. And I picked this up and I got it because it has where is it? It has these sting relief wipes, and I have been stung by a wasp before while I'm out there camping, and my buddy had some of those, and let me tell you, they work and they make a difference. So I bought this specific first aid kit because it comes with everything that you would need for out here. I think one of the things that I really like about being out here, in general, is just that it kind of forces you to slow down. Like, if you look around me, this is what I'm surrounded by right now. Those are my views, and then you see my truck. But it is a different pace than even just being at home, right? Like, there's no place really like home, but this is just even a different feel than that, and it's very calming and it's very relaxing to me. And I think that being out here in general, camping, what have you, if I go fishing, those kinds of things are really good for my mental health and very helpful. So I think kind of like what I would like to eventually do, and I really hope that I can build this YouTube out, and this is a good time for a plug. If you haven't liked the video, go ahead and like it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, and help me get this channel monetized, because if I can monetize this channel, I'd really like to build a van. And I don't necessarily need to live in the van full time, and I know it's kind of a weird time because of the whole Gabby Petito thing that has just happened. I don't need to do it full time, but if I could take the van out for a week, if I could take the van out and be self-sufficient in the van for, you know, a little while, I mean, it'd be cool to get like a 4x4 van and do like an overlanding build where I could just stay on dirt for a week or 2 weeks at a time and be completely self-sufficient. That would be like just the most fulfilling way to live my life. It'd be so amazing. It would be super cool. So yeah, if you want to see that kind of stuff, like the video, subscribe, and help me build out this YouTube. But yeah, I mean, I'm out here by myself right now, and I can't beat it. So in my camp location, I'm finding quite a bit of prickly pear. I don't know much about prickly pear other than it is edible. So if I find one that's a decent size and looks pretty good, I might give it a shot tonight. I might cut it up, clean it up, and give it a shot and try it. I don't know how to prepare it or anything like that, but I just kind of feel like it. So I don't know much, like I said, about prickly pear, but I found this one. I kind of wiped it all off. It had a bunch of little thorns in it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of cut each side and then try to peel the skin off and get to the fruit on the inside, and then give that a try. I've never tried prickly pear. It's just out here by me, and I figured if I'm out in the woods, I might as well try something new. So I'm just peeling that skin off of this, and it kind of just, let's see, oh, that was a really bad, I'm sorry. It kind of just peeled apart there. It looks really weird to me, very strange. Well, that didn't work. But anyway, it looks weird to me. So I don't know if it's supposed to look, let's see, let me find my camera, like that. But I'm gonna try just a little piece of the fruit. Got a seed. It's actually really sweet. It is not bad. I'm very, very surprised. It's not bad. It's pretty good. It's like fruit. It's like a fruit. Huh. Pretty cool. There's a lot of seeds in this. I don't know if maybe this is a young one or something. They are all pretty small around me. But yeah, not bad. I got to try something new while I was out here, guys, and that's pretty awesome. I've been looking for a little while, and I finally found a decent place to set up my hammock. And if you look right over there, that is my view from here. So I think it's time that I just kind of kick back and read a book for a little bit. So it's getting late enough. I'm gonna start the fire soon and start kind of cooking my dinner. So I have some frozen vegetables in here that I'll add to the potatoes. Don't let that roll away. So I'm gonna cut up these potatoes, and then I brought myself a nice T-bone steak to eat for dinner tonight. Super excited. The only thing is I forgot seasoning. So I usually bring, or I will have, like just an all-in-one seasoning, and I forgot it. Something I got to keep in the truck for next time. So I am sober living right now, but I'll give you guys my version of what Steve Wallace would call a step 2, and just a little bubbly sparkling water. Just hits different out here. So it got a little bit dark on me while I was cooking. I don't know if you can see that, but I got the steak. I have some mixed veggies, which is carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower. And then I also have some potatoes on here. So I'm looking forward to eating this. Getting a little bit dark to film. I might hit a couple more things to film tonight. Other than that, I will see you guys in the morning. So I'm settling in for the night, and it's only like 8:30, so it hasn't had the chance to really cool off yet. I'm still just in a hoodie and my jeans. I'm going to change into my sweats now. But I don't know if I'll need very much heat tonight. I think I'll be warm enough just with the clothes that I have. And then if I need to, I'll get inside the sleeping bag, because I'll probably fall asleep on top of it. But if I do need warmth, I have the little buddy just in case if somehow it got really cold. That's not going to happen tonight. That thing I'll need probably way later in the winter. But last time, you'll notice if you watch my other video, I did tea light candles in Coke cans, and I kind of taped them up to the window, and that really worked really well for keeping me warm. So I don't have any Coke cans or anything like that today, but I did a little cake pan, and then I got a slightly larger little cake pan. And I figure I can just put a bunch of little candles in here. And if I set them kind of by, you know, in the corner and kind of by me over here, while I'm laying, I'll be asleep on the sleeping bag, but I can set candles up over there. In those cake pans, I feel relatively safe. They're not going to start anything on fire. I'll wake up if it does happen. But I think that those would actually keep in quite a bit of warmth, especially because I'd be able to light multiple. Instead, last time I had like just 4 candles going at a time, but in here I could probably put 10 at a time. And in that case, I will probably have to crack a window just to make sure that I'm not suffocating or anything. I do have a lot of gaps and things like that with the camper shell, so, you know, I'm not so worried about air. But today I do have the tarp all the way around, so. But pretty much for the rest of the night, I'm going to edit this video down to where I don't have to do as much tomorrow so I can get it posted. And where I'm camping at right now, I actually have cell phone service. So, you know, the rest of the night I might watch some Netflix after I edit my video, and then go to bed, and I will catch you guys here in the morning. I do have breakfast if I want to cook breakfast. I got to figure out something better than just those cast iron pans on or near the fire. It was kind of hard to cook tonight, so I think I got to get one of those things that you can kind of lower over the fire so I can put them on it. I don't necessarily want to put like a camping stove in this truck, and the reason for that is I just don't want to continuously to buy propane. I want to be as not reliant on man-made things as possible. You know, of course, there's always going to be stuff, but I want to do the least amount possible. So if I have something that I can control and I can light a fire, I'd rather cook on that, even though like a little camping stove would probably be more convenient. I just want to figure out something else. So I don't want to take up a whole lot of space. If you guys have recommendations for something, post them in the comments below and I'll take a look at them, because I need to get on that. I need to get something. But yeah, other than that, I may cook in the morning. I may not. I may just drive out of here. I'm only like 30 minutes from my house, so I might just go home and cook. But anyway, guys, I hope that you have a good night. I hope nothing crazy happens tonight out here. I should be fine. And good night. So it's about like 4:30, and mind you, I'm still just in short sleeves and in the sleeping bag now, but I did wake up. It's a little bit chilly. It's kind of windy. There's some air coming through, so I got a little bit cold, and I did decide to light up the candles. And already I can feel the warmth coming from them, and it kind of took that like bite of the coldness out of the air. So I'm gonna try to go back to sleep for a little bit and let those warm up, and hopefully it stays nice and toasty for the rest of the night. Good morning, guys. Sorry I got bed hair and stuff, but I actually slept in today. I normally don't even sleep in at home, so that was actually really nice. It's like 7 o'clock, and that's pretty late for me. But yeah, it's a little bit windy. I don't really feel like starting a whole new fire to cook, because the fire that I had last night is 100% out. It's drowned everything. I don't have to do anything. I can drive away. So I'm not going to make breakfast. I did pick up this keto super coffee. I'm going to have myself some coffee while I'm driving down the road. But other than that, I'm all done for this video, guys. If you like this, please hit the like and subscribe button. Please help me build out this YouTube channel. I want to do a lot more of this. I love this. I love it. So if you guys like truck camping, if you have suggestions, like one of the videos I was thinking about doing was actually like stealth camping behind a cemetery that I had seen out on like a back road. It's in the middle of nowhere. I think that one might be kind of a fun video to film. It might be fun to watch. So if you have any ideas like that and you're interested in seeing some content, just leave it in the comments below. Let me know and I'll do my best to film it out, you know what I mean, and do that. So, but anyway, peace guys. I hope that you have an awesome day and I hope that you enjoyed this video.